I think DOJ is going to win their argument. With this judge, they're going to say, there's going to be so much information about the reliability of the sources, the specificity of their information. So all that leaves us is the conduct of the former president. I think that DOJ would be more than happy to release that. My concern is that's all they're going to release.
Chris Swecker knows a lot right now, and the question today is, what will we learn? The Justice Department has about 2 hours to submit its suggested redactions for that affidavit from Mar-a-Lago. Now, the judge so far says he doesn't think the argument to keep it all sealed is the right call, saying this has intense public and historical interest. Indeed, it does. Geraldo's with me now, and nice to see you, my friend. Good morning to you.
Hey, Bill.
The judge has also said that the number of redactions requested may render it somewhat useless to put it out. At the start, Geraldo, what do you think this judge decides? Let's start there.
Well, I think that, he's got the job of King Solomon. He's got a real balancing act between the Bureau and their justifiable desire to protect the confidential sources and witnesses and not to blow up a very sensitive investigation into national security. On the other hand, the judge himself recognizes, Bill, and we all do, the extraordinary nature of this raid on Mar-a-Lago. A president's home, never been done before, unprecedented. So you have this balancing act. The president's got rights. What the Bureau did has some people scratching their heads, wondering whether or not it was overkill. Now you have the information. DOJ will present it to the judge with their cross-outs. And the judge really has to weigh whether this makes any sense. Have they gone too far? Are they really using national security as an excuse not to reveal the paucity of relevant information in the documents that they sought? The Bureau's under tremendous pressure, FBI, to justify this raid.
Sure.
And on the other hand, there is as the judge suggests, this intense public interest.
The one thing on this, Trump's side has argued that we've been cooperating throughout the entire ordeal. And if the judge releases nothing today because of these suggested redactions, all we get as a country and as a people is a 3-minute statement on behalf of the Attorney General from a week and a half ago. And if there's no movement, Geraldo, all this goes back into the vault, so to speak.
As an expert on vaults, Bill, all I can say is he's got a tough job. How does the judge really, how is he going to make the judgment that you can redact, that is, cross out a paragraph that has the name of a confidential informant in it? It would seem to me that what you don't want is for the exposure now to sabotage any investigation. What if there is, for example, someone saying that there are the instructions on how to build a nuclear bomb in document 162? The judge has to go to that. Is the judge going to reveal that the document tells you how to build a nuclear bomb? Is it going to reveal the informant's name, the location? It is a very
two things on
damn difficult decision.
You can redact the name of the FBI agent, but if the government claims that there's a document that shows how to build a nuclear bomb, we should know that. All of that is relevant to us, and knowing what the former president kept in his possession. That's relevant.
It is definitely relevant, and of course we're speculating on what the documents contain, but you see there is a balancing act between national security and the DOJ's legitimate concerns about revealing secrets, the president's right to have the FBI or the DOJ exposed for making a political decision to raid his house. It seems to me, and I've said this, MAR, that's the abbreviation for Mar-a-Lago, MAR is Malo, that the raid seemed excessive. It seemed extraordinary. It was, by agreement among all the parties, unprecedented. So now you have this balancing act between national security and fairness to the former president. And I am glad I'm not in Judge Reinhart's position because he's not going to win any friends regardless. He's going to give, I think, as much as he possibly can, but he will err, I assume, on the side of caution. And we might be very unsatisfied as to the reasons behind this raid into the private home of the former president.
We're going to find out something today. How far he goes, we don't know. But Garland has said that he deliberated on the decision for weeks. And if you deliberate on something for weeks and you think it's a major emergency, why do you wait weeks at a time? There's a multitude of questions. Geraldo, nice to see you. Thanks for coming on today.
You too, Bill.
All right, buddy. You got it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.